Okay, to start the presentation, so the ultimate multimodal trip planner is a solution to combine all, all kinds of mobility options currently functioning in Bengaluru, ranging from public transport to bike scooter sharing. Currently, Google Maps is widely used by the general public as well as transport agencies. But it has some fundamental flaws, like it has outdated local data, it is not possible to modify map data, it functions as a closed system, and it is very expensive, and it also uses proprietary algorithms which are kind of like a black box. This is where we come in. We will leverage already existing open source data. OpenStreetMaps is an excellent open source mapping tool which has a lot of map data and anyone can contribute to it. We can leverage OSM to build an open database for all map data which can be downloaded or modified for your own use. The map data will be contributed by an active community of public and private contributors. This will result in data being up to date and free always. The people will finally own this data. Now I will quickly show you how OpenStreetMaps actually work.
This is the web interface of OpenStreetMap, where I have zoomed into my locality. As you can see, I can select different objects on this map by hovering on them. For example, I can choose this footover bridge and I can increase its length. By doing this, I'm making changes to the underlying database of OSM. So anyone can use this interface to make changes to this database. Here is all that map data as an open source OSM file, where if you make any changes, it will show up on the map. This enables you to create or maintain your own version of the map.
Now coming to another open source tool, OpenTrip Planner. So OTP is an open source multimodal trip planning software which can combine with multiple transport options. The underlying routing engine is very efficient and the algorithms are open source. OTP can be easily integrated with public transport data and also bike or scooter sharing data. By combining these options, OTP shows you the best possible route. For building the ultimate multimodal trip planner, we have to create an OTP instance and provide it with all the data that we can. We can provide BMTC routes and in GTFS format. We can show shared bike or taxi at the real-time positions by exposing an API. For the underlying maps, we will use open source OpenStreetMaps. For the elevation data, we will use national elevation data sets provided by ISRO and NASA, which are publicly available. The resulting OTP instance is our ultimate multimodal trip planner, which can then be hosted on a server where users can query it. Now I will show you how OTP can find you bike-friendly routes. For this, we have provided OTP with map data from OpenStreetMaps and elevation data from the National Elevation Dataset.
One important feature of OTP is that it can show you bicycle-friendly routes. If I want to travel from, let's say, Spice Garden to Belandur Road, the car route that it shows me passes via the Marthali Bridge and the ORR, which has a lot of traffic and a lot of steepness. But when I switch to the bicycle route, it shows me a route which avoids the traffic of ORR, and it also avoids Marthali Bridge, because this will be a more easier to cycle. OTP also shows you the profile of the road that you will be traveling on and the steepness of the road as well.
OpenTrip Planner provides a lot of other features as well. Our application can run on any device, it just needs to have a web browser. We can actively log and monitor trip results sent to its server, which can be very useful in predicting demand in the future. And lastly, one of the very useful features is that it can create isochrones. Now let's see how isochrones exactly work.
OTP is a very powerful tool when it comes to generating isochrones. Isochrones work by showing area on the graph which has the same features in the same colors. For example, if I want to show walkable area within 5 minutes around my neighborhood. This is how it looks like. So the green region is the area that I can cover in 1 minute, and this region is the area that I can cover in 2 minutes, and so on. So as you can see here, there is no area that is shown on this side of the road. This is because when we climb up and get down this footover bridge, it will take us more than 5 minutes. Another useful analysis that we can do using isochrones is finding the amount of time required to reach the airport. From this isochrone, we can see that it takes a lot of time to reach the airport from the main part of the city, as it is dark red. Whereas if we look at the rural part of Bangalore, it takes quite a lesser time, since it is greener and yellowish in color.
As a community-based project, we give importance to feedback. With a carefully planned in-app UI, we can ensure meaningful feedback from users and that it reaches the right stakeholders for corrective action. So as you see, we are collecting a lot of data. So how exactly will we use that data? We are collecting data in the form of isochrones, then logging of trip requests, and finally the feedback that is collected. To leverage all this data, we created an application design and an algorithm. In the application design, the user first sends a route request to commute from point A to point B to OTP. OTP then creates routes to commute from A to B and sends them to the scoring algorithm. Based on several parameters that we'll discuss shortly, the routes are scored and sorted and sent to the user. There's a statistics module as well, which works at collecting all the data generated by the users and OTP. All the user feedback and the usage data of the users and the isochrone data is sent to the statistics module as well. And finally, the insights from the statistics module is sent to the correct stakeholders. And now coming to our scoring algo. The scoring algo utilizes the outputs given by OpenTrip Planner as our input data for scoring the trip. The outputs from OpenTrip Planner stored in the master database will contain fields like time, distance, weather, number of transfers, and distance covered by different modes of transport. Once all the transport providers plug in their APIs to this application, we'll be able to gather all the data set. Now coming to advantages that our solution provides to startups and private companies. A lot of information can be extracted from the data in the app. Companies like Yulu or Bounce, for example, can understand where there is a higher demand for their services. All the transit options in one place also makes it easier for customers to find them. And the most important benefit is in terms of cost reduction due to the use of open source and public map data. Coming to advantages to public transport agencies. Public transport agencies can quickly identify deficiencies in their services and improve them by creating a quick feedback loop. The application can also be used to communicate directly with the users with alerts and updates. OTP deployments are already being used in by public transport agencies around the world. Thus, it is a tried and a tested solution. Coming to the social impact, implementing this solution can have a very positive social impact on commuters in our city. The statistics collected can be put to more use. Usage demographics can help law enforcement to improve patrolling, ensure safer public transport for women, etc. Since the solution focuses on a shared stakeholder value and a community building approach, there will be more positive impact to improve existing services in our city. Coming to the administrative advantages, one of the most important advantages is that since the whole solution uses open source components, it becomes very easy to manage as there is a lot of existing information and use cases out there. Also, different software components can be loosely coupled and will have different interfaces for different stakeholders. For example, we will have an admin interface for developers, the agency interface for inputting data, and then a public interface where users will access the service. From this map, you can see that OTP is already in use by various transport agencies around the world, where they have adapted the software and tweaked it for their own use cases. We can definitely create something for Bengaluru as well, which is tailor-made for solving our own transportation issues. And finally, I would like to end this presentation and by saying that this solution will enable every citizen to have a voice in decision making to resolve and better everyone's lives with a traffic-free Bengaluru. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation. We now invite our distinguished panel to share their views on the hackathon results. We are grateful to have on board experts across governments. Shri Anjum Parvez, Principal Secretary of Transport, Government of Karnataka; Dr. Ravikante Gowda, Joint Commissioner of Police, Traffic, Bengaluru; Ms. Atira Menon, Head of Public Policy at Uber for South India and Sri Lanka; and Dr. Kamal Bali, Managing Director, Volvo India. We'll begin with Shri Anjum Parvez. So what is your reaction to these solutions presented today, and what would it take to implement some of these ideas?
First of all, I would like to thank Rajiv Gowda sir and the entire team. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, Anjumji, yes.
This opportunity, and second thing, sorry for joining late because I was having some problem in the getting the link. Now, it's a beautiful presentation because I was able to see only Samyak presentation. The earlier presentation I was not able to see. But it's really beautiful app which he has shown and he has developed. See, as we know that in Bangalore, one of the major problem the city is facing is the traffic problem, and one of the biggest problem why so much of traffic is coming on the road is that the issue of connectivity and the issue of availability of the public transport and the first and the last mile connectivity. These are very important things, and I am of the view that if we can work out on these issues, then maybe that more and more people will be moving towards to public transportation, and that will ultimately result into the decongestion of these things. Now, if you talk about public transport, and there are many other operators have also come in the field, like for example, Ola, Uber, they are the aggregators who have come in the field. And there are taxis also, which is driven by the individual drivers. They are also on the auto drivers are there. Then cycling is another important thing. So there is a need, urgent need to work out an application with the involvement of all the people, be it BMTC or the Ola or Uber or BBMP, to how to provide a solution to the consumer or the traveler so that he can start his journey and hassle-free journey to the destination. In fact, on this, we are already in touch and discussion with other people also that how we can start this kind of app. I will just give you one example that recently in Bangalore, one of the route on the outer ring road, that is from Central Silk Board to going up to Bayapanahalli, that is the separate bus lane is being created. Now that itself is showing such a fantastic result in terms of the duration of the trip, and it has improved passenger also. The passenger increase is almost about 5 to 6%. But the problem that is being faced is that how to reach to that particular outer ring road stretch, and that's very important. So what I can see from Mayank, that he can give a tool that how to integrate the autos, the taxis, the BMTC, so that when you put a point A to point B as a destination, the consumers would come to know that which is the most economical way of moving through different modes. So from that perspective, we have to create these kind of things, which is extremely important, because unless we provide the connectivity, it is very difficult for people to move to the public transport. I'll just give another example that the metro is there, the metro is running, but to go to metro, right now we are not having air conditioned service which can take the people from locality or the community to the metro station. Now, a person who is going to office traveling on a car, he will never prefer to travel by a normal BMTC bus and go to the metro for that purpose. So we are working with the Metro BMRCL, and very soon we are going to start the air conditioned feeder services. So this multi-mode mobility and connectivity is extremely important, and we are all working on that front. I will not take much of time because the other panelists also. So I will prefer to listen to the other panelists, what is their view, because we are working as a government department. So we would like to know more and more from the people from these kind of forums, so that when we are designing things, it will suit the requirement of the people. I will just take 2-3 more minutes that there is a talk of bike taxi also in Bangalore, because that is one mode of operation which is going to be very useful as far as the last mile and the first mile connectivity is concerned. And I'm very happy to share with you that we collected information from the other states who have implemented the bike taxi. And we are also working on that. Maybe that very soon we'll be coming with that kind of policy. But whatever policy that we are going to bring, one thing we have to always keep in mind that in the public transport as well as in the private transport, there are multiple players who are playing their role, be it auto rickshaw, be it taxi, be it Uber, be it BMTC. And we have to come up with a policy in such a fashion that it does not harm the interest of the existing operators which are operating different modes. Because the moment you harm their interest, then the agitation starts from one particular section of the people. So our effort is that without disturbing the existing equation which is there, how we can add bike taxi also as one of the options, so that the people can have more option about that. And we are open as a government, as at least personally, I am very open to any idea which is coming from the citizen or from any company or from any startup. If they want to work with our organization, be it BMTC or the Transport Commissioner Office or the Police Department, because we are going to start work with the Bloomberg also, that is mostly on the road safety. So there is a committee on which all these things will be discussed, and we will provide all the possible support, even if they need some financial support to work out or tweaking some software which is easily available, which can be used by BMTC. Like BMTC itself has one app, but there is always a scope for further improvement of the app. So from the government side, I can give the commitment that whatever is the suggestion which is coming out from, because I know that Rajiv Gowda sir has done a lot of work on the, and it's not a one-day webinar, it's an ongoing process which is going through. A lot of people have contributed their wisdom to the whole plan. So once the plan is ready and it is hopefully submitted to the government, we'll try to convert into action as much as possible. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Wonderful. Our next question is for Dr. Ravikante Gowda.
Namaskara.
Namaskara, sir. So our question is, how is the bank working with other players to get data to improve mobility in the city?
Please come back. Please come back.
Sure, sir. How is the Bangalore police working with others to get data to help improve mobility in the city?
ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ನ ಏನು ರಸ್ತೆಗಳಿದಾವೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. 1500 ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಗಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಡ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ರೋಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದರ ಪ್ಯಾಟ್ರನ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ರೋಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸಾವು ನೋವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಭವಿಸ್ತದೆ, ಈ ಡಾಟಾನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಐಟಿಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕಗೊಳಿಸಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ದಿವಸ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ರೋಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಇಷ್ಟು ವೈಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಇಷ್ಟು ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿಯನ್ನು ಹೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕಳೆದ ಅವರು 20-25 ವರ್ಷದ ಅನುಭವವುಳ್ಳವರು. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಕಬ್ಬನ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಹನಗಳನ್ನ ಬಿಡಬೇಕೋ ಅಥವಾ ಬಾರದು, ಈ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿವಾದದ ರೂಪದ ಒಂದು ಚರ್ಚೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ TMC ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸಿ ಅದನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪರಿಣಾಮವನ್ನು ಬೀರ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಡಾಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಏನ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನ, ಆ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿ ದಿವಸ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿರ್ಧಾರವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ರಿಯಲ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ತಿಮ್ಮಯ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ಸ್ನ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಡಾಟಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಆ ಡಾಟಾದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಆ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಆ ದತ್ತಾಂಶದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಇಡೀ ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಇದು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪದ್ಧತಿ, ಮೆಥಡ್. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಸಾರಿಗೆ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ನಾನು ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತರಬೇಕು. ಇಡೀ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಸಂಚಾರ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ನಿವಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಸಂಚಾರದ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೇವೆ. ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸಾರಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸಾರಿಗೆಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹದಾಯಕವಾದಂತಹ ವಾತಾವರಣವನ್ನು ನಾವು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸಾರಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ನ, ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲದೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ, ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ನ ಒಂದು ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾರೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಬದ್ಧತೆ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಅದರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಅದು ನಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತು ಸಂಚಾರ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಸಾರಿಗೆ, ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸಾರಿಗೆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ, ಅದು BMTC ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಫುಟ್ಪಾತ್ಸ್, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡದಂತೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈಲ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈಲ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬೈಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿನ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಬೈಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಇದು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸಾರಿಗೆಗೆ ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಭಾವನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಈ ಬೈಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಸ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಅವರು ಸಂಚಾರ ನಿಯಮಗಳನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಗ್ಗಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾತಕ್ಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ನಾವು ಬೈಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಳದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಲೆಸ್ ಎನ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಲೆಸ್ ಎನ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ದಾಖಲಾದಂತಹ ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಯಾರು ರೈಡರ್ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಂದ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆಗಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ವೈಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರು ಅಡ್ಡಾದಿಡ್ಡಿ ವಾಹನವನ್ನ ಚಾಲನೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಪಘಾತಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಹಾರ, ಅದು ಸರಳವಾದ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಹೊಸದಾದ ಕಾನೂನನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸುವ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಈ ಬೈಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ನಾವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ತರುವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವುಗಳು ಉಪಯುಕ್ತ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾನೂನಿನ ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿಯ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಶ್ರೀ ಅಂಜುಮ್ ಪರ್ವೇಜ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸಾರಿಗೆಯ ಪರವಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ನೀವು ತಜ್ಞರೇನಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ತಜ್ಞರು ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಯೋಗಿಕವಾಗಿ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಲಹೆ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಸಾಧು ಅನ್ನುವುದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಬೈಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ದ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ 50% ಸತ್ಯ, ಆದರೆ 50% ಸುಳ್ಳು ಕೂಡ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ಗಳ ಅನುಭವ ಅದು. ಅವರು ಈ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಬಹಳ ಅಪಾಯಕಾರಿ ಅನ್ನುವ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ಸು, ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯವನ್ನು ಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಇಂತಹ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನಾನು ಸಾರಿ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್. ನನಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾತನಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾವು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಂದ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಟಿ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇವುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಯಾವುದು ರಸ್ತೆ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೋ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನೋ ಪಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಝೋನ್ಸ್, ನೋ ಪಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್, ಇದರ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇವುಗಳೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದೆ ರಸ್ತೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸುವಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಬಹಳ ಉಪಯುಕ್ತ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಂಕೀರ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ.